And good morning. Furthermore, for Fri-YAY, March 18th, 2022, we're going to be back in about 1 minute with some probably more coffee. Look, there's so little left. But anyway, we're going to have some coffee. We'll have some conversation, maybe make your Friday go a little faster. See you in a minute.
10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the show. And whether you're watching live or on the rerun, we appreciate you all. Please leave comments. If you're here live, we'll have a conversation that way. And if you're not, we'll try, if you're watching us on the rerun, put in the comments below. We'll try to get back to you, okay? But anyway, we are here, and we are sponsored, as usual, by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Let me see. There we go. Go check that page out on Facebook and please give it a like. You can follow all of our shows from there. Tonight, Drinking the Davies is off, but we've got the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Anthony Tockard on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central. So please watch that show. It'll be fantastic. I guarantee it. And also, we are brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. If you want that great book of yours to fly off the shelves and you need a superb cover to go with it, and that's what Jeffrey Hayes can provide. He can also provide the graphics you need to sell that book on social media, as well as a book trailer. Check out what he has at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also, don't forget their Facebook page to see a lot of their published samples, and you'll find out how indie-friendly those prices can be, and he's great to work with. Trust me on this one. He's great. Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Also want to thank our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a modest financial stipend, and even $1 gets you something. If you want to see what we offer aside from your name on this card, check me out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And that's where we're at this morning. Let's see. We will probably be having an ask from you guys later on. Actually, I'm going to set that up here. Let's see. Please vote. Victory awards for me for this short story. Let's hit all the keys. There we go. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay, and we will keep that there. And we'll, if we catch up, we will try to put that in. But let me get to the very beginning here, so we don't lose your comments. And anyway, please type your comments in the commentary, and we will try to get to it if we see them, okay? Anyway, we're going to start off the day with Carl Witzman. Good to see you, Carl. Found it. Okay, all for more coffee before the marketing master manatee. finds the link. And Michaela Jade is also here early. Yep, before Nick is an accomplishment. Maybe he's worn out from that nerd bacon that he's doing with Luke Stone from yesterday. Who knows? And Donna Carlene made more coffee. Mwah to all you ladies. And oh, Carl, mwah, you're pretty. What the heck? Anyway, Donna made more coffees. What a coincidence. So did I. And yay, Donna. Bless your heart. And Michaela says, by the way, I'm excited to say, in catching Brian, I'm 8 people away from 600 subs on my channel. I actually picked up a couple subscriptions yesterday. First time in a while. Michaela, believe it or not, is tired of looking at my backside every time I get ahead of her. I can't imagine that, because if the reverse were true, I'm just saying. But anyway, no, she's trying to catch up with me on subscriptions. Please subscribe to Michaela's channel, because she's lovely, she's informative, she's amazing. We adore her. And yay, Michaela, don't be cheering too loud, Carl. And now that the YouTube link came up, I closed my Facebook. Come to YouTube for the better picture and sound. Quality of the show stays the same, though. Can't help that, Carl. I guess I'm just going to have to quit. I suppose that as the associate flunky here, I should do something about that, but nah. Oh, I'm taking suggestions, Carl. Like replace the host would be probably an appropriate one. And hey, Michaela, and was busy stuffing Pop-Tarts in her mouth. Well, Donna, sounds like a perfect lunch to me. And tonight in the Humor Green Room, blueberry wine should be fun. Ooh, I like blueberry wine. That's good stuff. My other coffee cups were dirty, so not that usually makes much of a difference. But anyway, everyone's saying hello. And Carl, should we bring up the poop show? And still thinking about that tart in the mouth statement. And then she talks about poop. Last night on Comic Book Spectrum, basically, the show turned to immediately. You know what I'm saying? It took a wrong turn, and we got off the information superhighway and got onto the Hershey Highway, if you know what I mean. So it was a train wreck. It was a disaster. It was funny as hell. Please check out last night's Comic Book Spectrum. It was so much fun. And we're moving right along, announces Carla Witzman. Only about 20 or 30 more pages needed, and the return of the Mad Gasser cheerleader. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Get that done. I need to learn to make shorter titles. I think I was scared by a short title as a child. Well, the thing is, you could come up with just a suggestion. You could have a shorter title, but keep the return of the Mad Gasser cheerleader as a subtitle. See? And Michaela says, Carl Witzman continues, I have been playing with layouts for a single chapter of Warriors Trust just to print and give out at conventions, but I'm wondering if it would be counterproductive to sales. Although it could be used as a marketing press kind of thing. It might be a good, I've seen other authors do it at some shows where, say you come up with, Warriors Trust, okay? You then have inside in your back matter, your link, the written out links to the other, maybe bit.ly addresses to the other books, and in order, and make sure it ends on a cliffhanger. So somebody gets involved in the characters and they're like, well, this, the guy's about to get run through, or, she's dropping all her clothes. What's going to happen next? I want to find out. Create that tension, and then a call to action at the end. Maybe it was, especially if you were on Smashwords, you could create a discount coupon for the next book. See? Anyway, just an idea. And Nick Talker, oh no, I have been here, and at 9:45 the comment box opened for me. I seriously think YouTube is just shorting me to give everyone else a chance. Nick, this morning I did make the announcement later this morning. Usually I used to set up the shows the day before, but I've been experimenting with different times to see if we can not get the message of the show's arrival buried in the flow of total malarkey that is Facebook. And I do notice that a number of people seem to wait until I post for a show, and then they post their stuff. I get a number of people who, honestly, I hide what they do, because, I want people to know that I'm doing the show. And then they, oh, Brian, here's this meme I found. Isn't it funny? So anyway, so yeah, we're playing around with stuff. So Nick, this may have been my fault, but please don't stop what you're doing because you're awesome. And also check out the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 8 p.m. because he's awesome and he's amazing and fun. And that's awesome, Carl. I don't think it'll turn off buyers. I think it'd be a great tease. And probably, says Nick. And hey, Nick, Donna has issues with the disappearing comment box all the time. I've only had it once, and that was on the phone. And that is just where Nick Tockard posts from. I don't. I use a computer. And it also hates my typing. That's why I do things on my computer where I have a fighting chance of getting understood, which, by the way, here is Michaela. Does this look familiar? See, I use this on this the computer that Carl donated to this show. So I like the clack. And Michaela says, Carl, it could be printed 3 sheets on paper, folded over, stapled to be 10 pages of text with the title page and 1 page for sales info. We will video chat sometime. And he's one of the Temptations, the skunk rocker. Anyway, good to see you, skunk. Mwah. And going to fill my coffee cup. That sounds like an excellent idea. Here's your AMSR for the day. And if you're like me, you either now have a strong desire for another cup of coffee or you have to urinate. One of the two. You're an American. The choice is yours. Anyway, Skunk Rocker says, Elle is my favorite character on Breaking Bad. Also, hi, Skunk. How you doing? I'm just full of he's just full of typos today. Well, we understand that, Skunk, and you found a home here. Believe me, when you are off the rails like we are, you don't need a dictionary. And hey, Skunk, how are you? Says Michaela. Everyone says hello and back. Okay, and hey, Skunk. And Nick Talker, no worries, it is Friday. I'm going to be busy doing my Friday research and ritual. Hey, Nick, says Donna. And Skunk Rocker says, I reached out to John and he never got back to me, so I don't know if I'm free from projects. I want to make money, so if anybody wants an intro video for their StreamYard show or a book trailer, not as good as Plasma Fire Graphics, but I'm cheaper. Skunk, we may have to talk. I have an idea for something I'd like to do. Send me a PM sometime. I think I'd like to discuss that with you. And Joe Bachman, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday, folks. Hope everyone has been doing well this week. Not bad. I've been busy as hell, but not bad at all. And today we're going to get stuff done because it's supposed to rain for like the next 24 hours here in Lafayette. It hasn't hit as of yet. At least I'm looking out through a crack in the window here in this broadcast studio, broadcast emporium here, that I don't see the sidewalks being wet yet. So we have not been hit by the rains yet, but we're supposed to have some really heavy rains late this afternoon going into the early morning tomorrow when we take Cookie's friend around. So it's going to be, and hello, Robin, we will come and get you. But anyway, that's how it is here. That's the weather. Also, I do a bunch of other dumb crap, so if you need help with anything, I like money. Who can resist that? Scott, no, seriously, we need to talk. I have a thing I'd like to get done, and I would like to hire you for it, okay? Check out your rates. And Joe B is getting greeted by Donna. And sounds good, Skunk Rocker, and you're much better than most of us could ever do. I'm going to agree with that. If any of you have seen Michaela Jade's promo for her Warriors trilogy that we run on this show frequently, Skunk not only edited that, put that together, but he also voiced it over. So he's got a sweet sounding voice. In my head, I sound like Minnie Mouse on helium. So I cannot match the dulcet tones of El Skunk Rocker. Anyway, everyone's saying hello. And Michaela says, I'm recovering from a sinus infection, head cold type thing. So for a word count total, I only got in 6,000 or 7,000 words for the week, but I'm still kicking and taking names. Hey, that's fine. I consider if I get 100 words a day, some days I need to take a victory lap. And Sarah, I meant to type you this morning. Happy birthday to Sarah. Mwah! It's not easy turning 22, but she's going to do it in style. Anyway, Sarah, we love you. And we love you from the Decimal Small Press Publisher. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, my friend. Joe D. McPhee was awesome last night on Comic Book Spectrum, along with Clyde and Brian and Eric. Yes, Eric. And I've been talking to Eric all morning. So but check that show out. It was a lot of fun last night. We had a great time. And good for you, Michaela. Hi, Sarah. And morning, Brian. Hope all is well. Yes, it is, Joe. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. On the verge of the weekend. Love you, Sarah. And hey, Joe D, after last night's comic book spectrum, things have to be better, right? Well, the show went well, except for like muting myself at the opening. I think the show went remarkably well. And everyone's saying hello. And from the National Small Press Publisher, I guess my last Facebook post might anger some people. All I want to do is pay it forward by highlighting others' crowdfunding campaigns. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing while the Dastardly Dangos are on hiatus on Tuesday, I may do a special show. I need to reach out to a couple people that I know have active Kickstarters right now that I'm going to see about having a special episode of Clever Title Pending where we can talk crowdfunding. I'm keep it among a very small group of my friends. But anyway, due to the budget crisis, I will be pulling back on the number of shows I do and being selective on the shows I do, says Michaela Jade. I'm looking at that myself, especially since I bought the 31-gallon tank gas bomb, Excuse me. Tim Hortons. But no, we got Calgon, and we're going to take it on the road. We are planning 3 trips next month. On the 2nd, I will be in Benton, Illinois at the SI Comic Con with several of the Nevermorian authors, and it's going to be a great, great time. Please come see us. That'll be at the Benton, Illinois Civic Center. Really lovely facility. So please come join us. There'll be cosplay, there'll be gaming, and most of all, there'll be me with about 4 new books, including Snow Shorts #2. And we are up for the Pulp Award, the Pulp Factory Award for Best Short Story. Please go to Amazon and pick up a copy of this book, and I'll be posting later the address where you can go vote. I am up for Best Short Story of the Year, and I would like to see if I have a fighting chance to get it. But anyway, please read it and please vote. All right, I would love it. And hey there, Sarah, how you doing, birthday girl? But no, Michaela, I agree with you completely. I'm going to pull out of one show this year that is, to be honest, I have done it for a number of years. I love the show. I love the promoters. But I've always lost money there because it is an expensive show to do. That's why I kind of eschew the large shows. I'm only doing 1, maybe 2 large shows this year for books, but this one I've never done well at. I have one. Let's put it this way: last time I did it, I almost recouped my table cost. But that's it. That doesn't cover no, I take it back. Lodging was okay because we were staying with friends. But it didn't recoup my food or the number of books I bought. Anyway, so we need to be a little more profitable, especially this year, because we got big plans for the rest of the year. Sarah says, hey there, and hey, Sarah. But the stipulation may take people aback. I'm curious as hell now. I am definitely going to go look at that. And a quick plug for Nick. Big Stompy Robots Quick Play Rules with Dice Number Generator is available for iOS and Android. Cool. Joe, if you've got a link to that generator, feel free to put it in the comments. You may have to spell out dot whatever. But Carl, if you're listening, if Joe posts that link, please okay it, all right? And I've had to stop going to Midgard for a while as she sits there tapping her vein and probably her toe as well. I understand that. That's a dangerous place to go. This week I didn't follow my budget very well, but because we had a chance to get a couple of really cool books, and we did. I'm sorry though. It seems I missed out on the JLA Avengers reprint by George Perez. I don't think our shop got any. It was allocated to 7,000 copies, and right now it's going for like $100 or so on eBay. And those people could not guarantee they'll get one. So anyway, hey, Donna and everyone else, enjoy your hot national holiday today. And Joe D says, Carl Witzman, I don't know why people just can't have a civil disagreement anymore. It's like they get ticked off at the simplest post. I'm going to that makes me want to go over there. Hold on. There we go. I'm on Facebook right now. I'm going to look up Joe's lovely Facebook page, and let's see. Here we go. And something there. And from this name of the on crowdfunding, needed help, please afford the ball, and I have backed you in the past. Please comment with your current campaign. No. That's not. I don't think that's unreasonable. If you currently have a crowdfunding campaign going and I have backed you in the past, please comment with your current campaign. I will pull out what I have backed and feature your current campaign. Only current campaigns where previous back priors, their campaigns will be highlighted. Please check your backer list and make sure you have fulfilled your previous campaign with me before leaving your current campaign. Yes, good. I like that part. Be showing what got from the careers. Okay, that's a great thing. I'm gonna give that some love. Let's see. Yeah, and I don't have anything, so I don't have to worry about getting in on that. But no, it's Joe. I like that idea. I seriously do. And oh yeah, I saw it on Facebook. Happy birthday, Sarah! And hey, thank you, thanks, bunches. Another year wiser. Sarah hasn't decided yet about being wiser. And wow, someone just opened the floodgates here. Holy rain cloud. Yeah, we're probably going to get ours in probably about what time? Let's see. Do I have the forecast up here? There we go. The hourly. And according to this, it should start raining slightly, but we got a good chance at 1 p.m. 2 p.m. we're really going to get it. 3 p.m. I hope Cookie's home by then. That's all I've got to say. So why do I have two tabs there? There we go. That's better. But anyway, yeah, we're going to get ours probably later this afternoon, and it's going to be a gully washer. So, and good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Glad to see you, my friend. And same. Says the Skunk Rocker. Rick Bradley says, check out my author page at that address there. You can sink your claws into the Nightmare Collective, eat some apple pie with Marvin's Night Out, bask in the glory of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, and try to hide from the tales of the weird and the strange. Do that thing. Good stuff there from Rick Bradley. And Nick Tockert says, happy birthday, Sarah. And Skunk Rocker says, I went in the gas station. It was dry. I came out and it was raining. One of the weirdest things I ever saw, Skunk, I was in Urbana, Illinois on Philo Road, not to be confused with Philo Barnhart, but I was standing on the corner. There used to be a Shell station, or not Shell, but a Standard station at this one corner by what is now kind of like a strip mall. And it used to be a big mall called Sunnycrest. Anyway, I'm at that gas station standing on the corner, and where I'm standing is dry, but I can look across to the opposite side of the street to the south, and there is this clear line of demarcation where it's raining cats and dogs and never came to my side of the street. It was weird. Rain is weird. And Rick Bradley, did you know that even though Resident Evil 1 is the game that defined the term survival horror and sold millions, it still holds the record for worst video game dialogue according to the Guinness Book of World Records Gamer Edition. Find out more bites of gamer lore on R&D Gaming coming soon to the Rising Tide Network. I'm really looking forward to that, Rick. I really am. And I was planning on starting up R&D Gaming in the next couple weeks, but being newly diagnosed with diabetes, I'm trying to get my diet situation and my body feeling up to doing anything. But rest assured, Donovan and I will be talking video games with everyone soon. I hope you get that going, man. I hope you get that under control already, all right? And what a great way to start off a Friday, huh? Yeah. Skunk, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And thanks, Nick. So Sarah. And well, heck, I was going to suggest an afternoon trip to Benny's Beverage Depot, maybe next week. Carl, if you leave right now, you might make it back in time. And John B. Pica, hello there. Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. Happy Friday. Good to see you, John B. Pica. Check out johnpica.com. Check out Amazon for Night Reich, his latest book release. And also check out Serial Box Network because he's awesome. And from the Nest of Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee says, Carl, I find it weird that people want you to support them, and all I ask for them is to be vetted at the same time. People turn away once I do. Well, that's the thing. And this is something I have found, and this is not a criticism of anyone I've had on my shows or anything. In fact, we may have somebody on next week that has an active Kickstarter, but I like talking to them because they're fun and they're cool. But for the longest time, I was getting a number of people who basically thought that, you release a Kickstarter, then you automatically get a slot on my shows. And I had people that were downright rude about it. Like, this is when I had Clever Tile Pinning, and they said, well, I need to be on your show. And I'm like, I haven't vetted them. And I will say that it was primarily because of somebody Joe D. McPhee had on one of his shows that I started really seriously vetting guests, okay? And a couple of them were like, well, who do you have on? And I'm like, that doesn't matter. I'm not going to bump them. And go, you have to bump one of them. You have to bump them so I can get on and promote my book. And I'm like, don't care. Don't care. So yeah, it's I don't think there's anything that's not rising tide about being selective about vetting people and making sure, because you still making sure they're good guests, because you're still putting on a show for everyone's entertainment. And I honestly, my motto on this is, I don't care that you have something to sell, I care that you have something to say. So if we've had people like Kara Nicole or Michael Watson on the show who have had Kickstarters, or Matt Knowles, and they've been absolutely lovely. Luke Stone's been on several times for his hybrids things. They're all lovely people, and they all are interesting and have things that you all should learn about creativity and possible fundraising, crowdfunding. But some people don't get that. So you've got a responsibility first and foremost to put on a good show for your audience. So covering that, is not unrising tide. So no, I think, Joe, I thought your standards for that show you're doing, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's your show, your rules, period. And good morning to Teresa Dunn. Good to see you, hon. Mwah. Hope you're doing well. And last I heard, Albert was doing pretty well. So prayers and thoughts, kind thoughts do work, folks. So good morning, Brian. Nevermorning. It's good to see you, Teresa and Sarah. My wish for our family is to buy something from a creator in here that grabs your interest. There we go. Well, I'm going to put it out there. It's very inexpensive, and if you like action adventure, this is a good book, and I would love to have your vote. Anyway, from the desk of Small Press Publisher, there will be a few that I do regardless because I know about them. And yeah, says Carl Witzman, yeah, people are weird. And John B. Pike, and this is not a segue into John Pike. I'm sure they're talking about the host. I know many of you dislike watching on Facebook, but YouTube is throttling down live stream videos while Facebook is rewarding live stream content. Our last Saturday morning show had 720 views on Facebook, but less than 50 on YouTube. Yeah, I'm and that's weird because the pendulum shifts back and forth. I just, I have to tell you that right now with the throttling and Facebook, it's not to say that Facebook doesn't do it either, but we would love to have more views. And we are going to be switching up some content, believe it or not. Comic Book Spectrum will be here to stay for the foreseeable future because we do have a fun time on that show. But we may be doing this show a little differently in some ways. We've already started to do a few things differently. And if it results in more viewers, we're glad to do it. But, we're not going to buy them. But, it's got to be worth everyone's while. We want to put on an entertaining show, but it's also got to be worth my time. If it winds up, it's just going to be me, Donna, and and Sarah, I don't know. So anyway, because I can just pick up the phone with them. But anyway, so we'll see what happens, John. And YouTube does not consider live streams to be good content, does not promote them. Yeah, plus I've noticed that they've been a little more strict about demonetization lately. I watch a lot of law enforcement videos and sovereign citizen mockery. And a number of those creators are noticing a definite lack of monetary love from Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube. Facebook is a lost cause for these guys mostly. But a lot of guys are just having like whole swaths of videos demonetized. And, that means we'll find another alternative. We'll find another way to get people on there. And Carl Wisman said, in fact, when I taught Psych 101, the first words out of my mouth to the class were, people are weird. Write that town. And they shouldn't be paying like a semester fee to find that out. They should have learned by then, I would think. And Carl Wisman, that should be an encyclopedia series about how weird people are. Says from the Deaths of Small Press Publisher. And working on it, Joe D. He'll get that as soon as he gets the Mad Gasser Cheerleader sequel done. And thank you, Ryan Permisson, for sharing this show. Always appreciated. And I am mocked by the laughter of Joe D. McPhee. No matter how modern the world gets, Brian will find a way to go old school. Nice keyboard. No, it is. I've mentioned many a time that I love the look of the old keyboards, the old typewriters. I think they're gorgeous machines. And Michaela was sweet enough to get me a gift of the one that emulates the sound and function of the old-time keyboards from typewriters, and it makes this wonderful sound every time you hit the keys. And I love it dearly. So, I use that for this computer. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with old school, man. There's some things that are still done best analog. And good morning, Nevermornings. How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Ryan Permis. Good to see you, sir. And thanks for the pouring sound. Brian runs out of room. So either Carl's going to get him another steaming cup of coffee, or hopefully he made the bathroom in time. One of the two. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of The Sideshow with me, Brian K. Morris, Clyde, and Stuart Sager. Stuart was amazing on there. That was a lot of fun, and you were too, Ryan. It was fun to be on the show with you, Ryan, and hope we can do it again. And I did respond to you. I get about 200 emails and messages each day. I just don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I'm leaning towards like putting my face in my hand and crying. But anyway, but no. Yeah, no, that's cool, John. We will figure this out, and just as we do, YouTube will change things again. That's how this works. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of Van Dyke Quote with that cartoon animator collector Joe Miriam on that address there, and check out the interview with Lucas Keim. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I apologize, Lucas, but he writes comic books, and you'll like it. And somebody else we love is author Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Always a great show, Brian and fellow Nevermorings. I'm so glad to hear that. Kathy, I hope you're doing well. And keep up the amazing work, everyone. If you or anyone is looking for an amazing Not Your Mother's Romance, check out her Amazon link right there. Thank you for checking out the novels. Have a great day. Hugs. We love you, Kathy. Kathy, I hope I'm going to see you in SI Comic Con and at Saluki Con. 2 weeks after that. It's going to be a one-day affair, so please come see us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you want me on a guest on your show, let me know via DM. Happy to pay it forward, and we would be happy to have you, Ryan. We'll have to work that out sometime. And happy birthday, Sarah, from Rick Bradley. And check out the interview with Clayton Merwin and Ryan Permisson there. And check out Joe D. McPhee as he interviews Ryan Permisson on the hot seat. Ooh. And also, audio versions of And I Quote are available at www.spreaker.com. And there it is. I showed you this book here. Please search on Amazon or at abrahamsnow.com or bobbynash.com. But it's available on Amazon. It is, I don't remember how much this is. Do I have this on here? Hold on. Let's see. And let's see what else we got here. Do I have it listed? Doesn't look like I do. Anyway, this book is available. I think it's under $10. But anyway, the My Story Alone is available for Kindle or any reading device for 99 cents. But check out this book. There's 3 stories in here. My story in here is nominated for the Pulp Factory Award for Best Short Story. So there is the address where you can fill out the form directly. Also, I will put in for your consideration, Stormgate Press is well represented in all the categories, except mine, oddly enough. So that works. No conflict of interest for me. But Stormgate Press and Charles F. Milhouse and Clayton Merwin, I believe, is also represented. A couple other people are represented from Stormgate Press. So please check out the ballot. Please spread your votes accordingly. And thank you for your consideration. And Ryan Permisson says, I'm grateful for this community and the support you give me. Have a safe and productive day, everyone. You too, Ryan. Have a great one. And thank you, Carl. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate that. I would like to win I share the award for Pulp Reality #1, but I think I want one of my own. And what I'll do what I'll do is I'll install a shelf back here, and we will look at my we'll have my award here because I know I'll be happy with it. But anyway, that will I can't remember when um the Windy City Pulp and Paper show is. I'd have to look at my agenda. But anyway, that's always a good time. And it would be fun to win an award and represent Bobby Nash there. That would be great. And wouldn't it be a good idea to see what happens in a story where everyone heard everyone they know in the way we sound in our heads? That would be trippy. Sarah, that's a wild concept. Yeah. I like that. I can see a lot of possibilities there. I would love for you to write that. Okay. And also, please don't forget to like this video. Thank you, Carl Witzman. And in fact, if any of you are watching, I know you're watching. I see the little monitor up in the left-hand corner. But if you were watching this show and you have or will or am enjoying the show, please give us a like on Facebook, and please also give us, like Carl said, a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and you have not already, please consider subscribing to us and molest that little bell that comes up, because then you'll be notified of all of our future content. John B. Pica, tomorrow morning on Back of the Cereal Box, we are celebrating Women's History Month with the super ladies of Saturday morning, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. Oh my gosh, I tell you, they helped me get up early on a Saturday morning, that's for sure. I used to watch like Shazam, then ISIS with the late Joanna Cameron. And then we had like a half hour. I would watch Dr. Shrinker on the Cross Super Show, and then Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, who I had a number of crushes when I was younger, and they were on that list. Anyway, Sarah says, I botched the writing about the idea. That'll teach me to have an idea before I'm fully awake. Oh my God, that's one thing I never have to worry about. I rarely have ideas before I'm fully awake. In fact, afterwards is kind of a crapshoot too. But no, John, that sounds like a great show. Looking forward to seeing that. And William Quinton, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Check out 47 Furious Tales. Great stuff. And JLA Avengers is selling for over $300 on eBay. I still have the originals. I still have the original comics, and I might have a trade paperback. I don't remember. But no, I just wanted one because it was like extra stuff in it, and I thought that would be nice. And I wanted to support the Hero Initiative. So, but I heard there were many people that were putting it up on eBay even before they got their hands on it. So I was told by my shop owner there's probably virtually no chance that we would get one, but apparently we didn't. So anyway, Carl Wisman says, welcome, William, a national holiday. And good morning, Carl Wisman from William Quinton. And it's Sarah Day. We'll see. There you go. You know, who else can turn the world on with her smile? Who could take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's Sarah, and you should know it. Anyway. And there's the birthday girl herself going in the bedroom next to me. Is where my mom's water broke with me. I feel much closer to you now, Sarah. And knowing that I was in the room next to where your mother's water broke, it makes being in your bedroom just that more special. Anyway, I'm currently in the room where my crib was when getting home for the first time outside of the womb. That's trippy to talk about. Wow. That is, I just never thought about my birth. I know I was born on March 2nd at 11:27 at night. That's about, all that my parents would divulge about me. And that's cute, Carl. And you need to get out more, Sarah, says Carl Witzman. Well, I'm sure they've cleaned up the water since then, okay? And I know that, Carl. I wished her happy birthday via Facebook Messenger earlier. Yeah, see, and I meant to do that. I got distracted. I was going to do it after the show, Sarah, but I'm more than happy to do it while we're live. And BKM, hey, that's me, John Pica, speaking to me. As a broadcaster, personality, and value-added contributor, you should be booking yourself at cons and getting paid to attend, or at least free table and expenses covered. You are far more than a vendor. You are a con. I've been told I'm a con artist. Every now and then I'm pretending to be a writer and publisher and broadcaster. No, seriously, I do have some shows where I get for lack of a better term, a free ride. And I have a few shows where I recognize in the environment I don't have as much gravitas as I do other places, that I get deals because I promote a lot, and or I do want to support the show, like Heroes for Kids. I don't try to get in free there because it's a charity event, and I'm proud to do my part to contribute to the donations. But there are some, and some of the ones I am eliminating this year are ones I'm paying to attend. Because John, all as Steve Allen used to say, all modesty aside, I do recognize my worth for all of the times that the imposter syndrome creeps into my language. I do recognize that worth just as you are valuable too, John. And for the same reason, you bring a lot to the show. Um, like, um, like I was the guest of honor at HalloCon last fall, and I was more than happy to do it. So, and the thing is, when I get there, I'm not one of those guests that um, I just sit there and sell my books and then I go away. If the promoter needs me to do a panel, I will do a panel. Um, but I've started a thing this year. If I have to pay for a table, I will not do a panel. Um, because that is part of the value that I will bring to the show. And I've got a show that I'm doing, I think it's in June, in Indianapolis, where I'm being brought in as a guest, and I'm going to I'm not going to have a table. I want the weekend free otherwise, but I'm going to walk around. I'm going to spend some money probably, but I'm going to do a panel for them. But I do recognize that, and I am moving towards I ain't paying. So because all modesty aside, I have put in the time as you have, John. And I recognize that I bring a certain amount of value to the shows. And I've had a few shows where, in all honesty, that value has been taken for granted. Now, this is none of the book shows I do because I recognize I'm kind of like, in certain shows I'm like a little higher, but in certain shows I'm not because there are more established celebrities there. But, and this is going to sound a little cold, but, I'm the ones where I have had to pay and then am expected to work. I don't do the work anymore because I'm going to be there trying to sell books and comics to pay for that table and to make a profit. And I basically can't afford to be away for usually what amounts to at least an hour and a half. So anyway, no, you're right. You're right. I fully recognize that, and that's why Cookie is my manager. She's going to enforce some of that this year too, whether it's me that has to tell them or her. So, but John, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate the words. I really do, man. And I am glad we're friends. I really am. I love you, man. And from the S of Small Press Publisher, Carl Witzman, this is why I think Sarah should go to Midgard. They owe her a birthday cake. At least she has been paying their rent for months. Free comic book day for her. Yeah, they should, really. And nothing like that level of regression, Carl. And Carl Witzman says, Brian, you need to send those Kickstarter folks to me. I'll give them the third degree and make them sorry they were born. There's been a couple. Thank you, Carl. I will keep you in mind for that job. I've sent a few packing. There are times when I have. There's been a couple times I've been less than diplomatic. So let's put it that way. And there's just sometimes you just have to go, well, that's a Kickstarter. Good luck with that. And I support crowdfunders, but don't think I will directly join the ranks. Well, we were talking about that last night on Comic Book Spectrum last night. We had, I think, a rather good discussion about crowdfunding, and it is not. We kind of agreed that it is not for everyone because one, it takes a long time to set up. I mean, Eric Hawkins has done at least 3 very successful ones. He's setting up his 4th for April 8th for the 4th issue of the Zombie for World of Oz. But he'll be the first to tell you, it's a lot of work. And having done one of my own 5 years ago, it's a lot of work just setting it up. And then you have to sit on it. And if somebody asks you a question, the faster you respond, the better it works. You have to keep in touch with your backers all throughout the process and afterwards. And you have to make sure, or at least I think you should, that when you get the money from Kickstarter, because it takes about 2 weeks from the end of your campaign until Kickstarter gives you the money, because they have to collect all the credit cards and everything and process them for you, then take out their fee, of course. Well, by the time you get that money, you better have your files ready to send to the printer. Because, or have the work already printed up. And then when you get your books back or your product, whatever, you better be ready to ship it out. You better have your labels printed. You better have your invoices made out. You better have your packaging ready, so that the faster you get this stuff out, the quicker you can call it into the campaign. Eric is a pro. In fact, Eric is so good, he is now doing that for other Kickstarters. And, and it's one of those things where the faster, the less time there is between the time I pay for, the money is collected from me and the time I get your product, it may determine how and if I back your next project. I got one where it took them over 6 months to get a comic book to me. I guess they decided, well, we're not going to do this. No, I take it back. I was going to say maybe they thought they weren't going to do it if they didn't get the money. But the thing is, they'd done one issue already, and then we got a second. And I thought, this is ridiculous waiting for 6 months when there are so many people out there who are hungry enough to invest their time and money to make the book beforehand. And regardless of whether the crowdfunding campaign worked or not, that they're ready to create this. They've got this book created. All they're waiting to do is get the money to publish it. And those are the ones I've decided are more worth my attention than somebody that's going to take about 6 months to do a 20-page comic book. I'm just too impatient for that sort of thing. Anyway, Carl Weston says, I just love the folks who want to be on the show, but they have never been here in the comments or supported BKM in any way. That's another factor. And the thing is, a lot of times it's somebody that will send me a Facebook friend request, and then I'm still vetting them when they say, so when can I be on your shows? And I usually, when that happens, I block them. Phooey on them. I almost said something Cookie said, like, them. Okay. Anyway. But anyway, no, it's, there's just a certain amount of improper entitlement, not just in the indie comics, but in every field, really. And I've had some people that want to be on the show that have never seen what I do. They just know I do it. They have never supported me or my friends in any substantial way. And I don't feel I owe anyone a space on here when I could be taking this time to talk to you guys. Like I said, I may have somebody on during the Nevermind the Furthermore next week. It depends on how organized I am in the next few days. But, but it's somebody that we've had on before. There are people we've had on before, and you guys respond well to them, and hopefully you're entertained by them. So, it's just part of what we do. Rick Bradley says, I'm also going to be at SalukiCon on April 16th at the Southern Illinois University Student Center in Carbondale, Illinois. I have a post on my Facebook author page, and if you are going to be there, post a comment letting everyone know. Excellent. I still need to get over there. Pardon me. Sarah says, I hope to the gods that the anxiety book I'm torturing myself to read stops getting monetized. I don't wish that on pretty much everyone. OMG, what a nightmare of an ego. Sarah sent me some information on a book, and it's by somebody who doesn't seem to have the credentials to be made, whether it is from a registered university or the School of Hard Knocks. I'll take either one. But they were proposing that anxiety and other similar mental issues are curable. I mean, like, it isn't one of those, well, if you have these qualities of your psyche, you can learn to deal with it. You can overcome them. You can fold them up and put them in a laundry basket and send them down the river, whatever. But this person is saying basically, I can cure you of anxieties, blanket anxieties. Is it an enema? Is it a pill? What the hell is it? And he spends a lot of time talking about how amazing he is. And Sarah and I have been agreeing that this is a huge act of hubris. And this is totally nothing that anyone who is suffering from anxieties or anxiety attacks should be exposed to, because you don't want to provide false hope. And I think John was talking to me, Brian. I don't know, Skunk. I like to horn in. And for this was Small Exposure, John B. Pica. If you got a show trailer or two, please send it to me so I can start playing it on my show to promote your network. You're very good. And John B. Pica continues. And for everyone who's seen The Batman, we had a great panel last night to discuss and dissect the film on Back of the Cereal Box. Do check that out. He's got some great shows, John does. And Sarah says, I throw the book away if the author wasn't someone my younger niece is being fed. Got to dissect it. Got to run through a shredder, actually. And watch on Facebook and YouTube or listen on all audio podcast platforms. That's where John is. And good morning, Eric Hawkins. How are you, young man? We have been discussing your name and saying nothing but nice things. And morning, Eric, from the Destin Small Press Publisher. And the upstairs was the beginning of the expulsion of the womb. And now you know. And now you know the rest of the story. Sarah knows that she starts these things, and suddenly my mind just starts going there. Thanks, Sarah. She's hugging herself right now, giggling. I can just hear her laughing. Anyway, sounds like it all went downhill from there, or at least downstairs. Yeah, and it made sure it didn't bump its head at that bottom step, too. Anyway, Carl Witzman, wow, last night was the poop show on CBS. Today it's NTF birthing episode. We're just stuck in that region to the next 24 hours, Carl. I'm sorry, but we're not sorry that Radio Retro Future is here. Good to see you, my friend, and good afternoon. Preparing for another photo shoot in Germany tomorrow. We are international, yay! And we'll be printing the first miniatures based on my stories pretty soon, hoping they come out well. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. That's awesome. And speaking of awesome, there's William A. Bove. Hi, Brian. How are you? And how's everyone? Love you guys. Love you too, man. Wow. Glad you're here. And happy birthday, Sarah. Sarah. Yes, she is the birthday girl. Can't wait to give her birthday spanking. Anyway, Nicholas Tockert said, I recently heard folks get upset about paying to attend. This is a hard time to host and run shows. I have helped run gaming conventions, and especially smaller cons need fair table fees to afford to. Well, that's the thing. If the table fee is fair, I have no problem paying, especially if I'm like a starting guest. But the thing is, if I go as a guest, you also get a lot of promotion from me. We put you in our newsletter. I talk about you incessantly on the broadcast, which reaches a goodly number of people. And, I provide value. And basically, you get more in terms of promotion out of me than what I would give you for a table. So keep that in mind. I could be a guest. I don't do first-time shows anymore, though, if I can help it, unless I know the promoter really well. And because every time I do, like in the last 4 or 5 years, every time I've done I shouldn't say every time, but most every time I've done, like about 80% of the shows I've done, first-time shows where I don't know the promoter that well, it's not wound up good for me. So, but anyway, SI Comic-Con was one of the few exceptions. We had a great show down there. We've had a great show last year. Looking forward to a great show on the 2nd, so please come see us. Anyway, but no, I have no problem once I'm there. But I will say that once I am a guest, I have a lot of trouble becoming a vendor again. So anyway, open. Thank you, Nick. And from the Small Press Publisher, I'm 3 for 4 on Kickstarter, and I had a total of 4 failed. Crowdfunding is not easy, and it depends on your audience. If your audience gets books from you in other means, then that can be a problem too. Yeah, with the Kickstarter, it could be. Like you set up every year at C2E2. Why should somebody pay basically crowdfunding prices, which can be a little higher than what they would pay normally, say, at a show, because of the added expenses involved. Whereas, they say, well, I'll see Joe at the show, so, and get it from him there rather than have him mail it to me, or I'll, just go to his website, exingstudios.com, and have them, ship it from there. So yeah, there's a lot of things involved in this. So, but yeah, I've only done one, and it's succeeded thanks to Eric Hawkins. So, and he'll be a part of the next one, whether he's involved or not. Nick Tockert says, if you're working for the con, it better be free. But if folks are there for their gain, pitching, and financially to help reopen these things is crucial to the survival of the ecosystem. I would kind of agree with that in most cases. Some shows I would hope, especially if they're older shows, would have a war chest build up. So anyway, Rick Bradley, so when can I be on your show? I believe I have an opening the second Wednesday of next week, so check with me, Rick, if you would. Anyway, Radio Retro Future nearly forgot was on Catch the Craziest channel today. Well, cool. That's cool. We ought to look for that. It says Radio Retro Future, and I am giggling. I thought you would be, you little vixen, you. And John B. Pike, Joe D. Yes, thanks for that offer. I haven't created that kind of trailer for the show or network yet. It never occurred to me that someone else might want to run it. John, I would run it. And Sarah says, thanks for all the birthday wishes. It's perfectly fine to not post it, but mention on here if you'd like. My phone is exploding with messages and posts, awesomeness, and holy crap at the same time. It's probably, now that you've discussed water breaking and all the horrors of childbirth going on the top floor of your house, 22 years ago, maybe less, it's inspiring people. I'm probably the wrong people like me. But anyway, we are now caught up with your comments. So let's run some clips here and catch our breath a little. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. So get yourself some more of this stuff, or tea, or whatever your beverage is. And it's Fri-YAY, so if you need to start drinking before 5, remember it's happy hours somewhere. It's not just the house Martin singing. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Please stay tuned.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelors Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
And please check out the links that you see on the show. Please check out the trailers. We've got a rising tidesters who are very, very talented. And Cindy kept, no, you have not missed it. We were just taking a little break here. And a morning, top of the morning to you now. We last say, mwah, glad to see you here. I'm about to say Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day. Don't call it St. Patty's, but Patty's Day. Anyway, let me catch up. But anyway, Sarah's phone, when last we left it, was exploding. Boom. Carl Wisman says, just post your phone number here, Sarah, then your phone will explode. And Nick Tucker says, I count your level of promotion as an exception, but it's unbelievable how many people try to Shanghai into cons for free. Yeah, seriously, I see that all the time, and I get people asking me, how do I get into cons for free, Brian? Well, work your butt off for about 10 years, do good work, help others, and maybe it gets recognized. Make the right connections. I've had people who maybe haven't published anything in like several years, or they just get started and they're like, well, how do I get these shows to get me in for free? And I tell my, I wouldn't tell you if I knew. I didn't get into a con for free as a guest, probably, it probably took me a couple years, 2 or 3 years. But the thing was, by then, I had an aggressive publication schedule. I promoted a lot online, and I also spelled out for the show, here's what I will do for you in exchange, which wasn't strictly promotion. And I got in, and then, I just parlayed that. But yeah, and I see a number of people, and there is a subcategory of convention guests where basically they're there to party on the con's dime. I've seen people who get that table and then they're never there. They're out, running around with their friends, getting selfies with everyone. Whereas like I was invited to be the guest of honor at HalloCon, like I said earlier. And so when Joe needed somebody to be up there, play straight man during a demonstration, he asked me, I do whatever he asks of me. Or if somebody needs a panel, I will do a panel. And it, I call it singing for my supper, and I will do that. I'm happy to do that. But the thing is, I think you have to be willing to do that. And I've seen a lot of people, I see a lot of other people who I think should be guests. They shouldn't be paying for most of their shows. So anyway, Sarah says, can we interview the author of the book so I can ask him questions? Even a wee bit of antimatter? Puppy eyes, so pretty, please. Oh, Sarah, you're trying to get on my good side. I'll give you an hour to stop this sort of thing. What we ought to do is we ought to have you start a broadcast, Sarah, and then you can grill this person relentlessly. And anyway, glad to have, I hope you're still here, Cindy. CKOEPP.com for a superb website, and please sign up for a free monthly newsletter. And Miguel Jaden says, I don't care how many times you play that book trailer, I still love it. You do care how many times I play it, as long as it's often, right? And he'd fire me as an editor. Okay, stopping about it for now. You're only on page 24, and it's already sent your blood pressure into quadruple digits. Holy cats. And it is a great trailer, Michaela says Carl Witzman, from the one and only Skunk Rocker. Very much so. Those trailers never get old. Always loving them. Me too. And no, Cindy, you did not miss it. We're still here. And I'm overlooking a 4-leaf clover. I'll overlook a lot of stuff, but not my stuff on Smashwords. Thank you, Cindy. Or that I Look B3 at Amazon, where you can find all my stuff, including Snow Shorts, available in ebook and in paperback form. And please also, let's see, do I have that thing set up? Yes, here we go. And hold on. There it is. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network says, please vote for Brian in the Best Short Story category in the Pulp Factory Awards for Snow Ambition. At that place there, please pick up the books of Snow Shorts too. Or if you want just my story, it's available in e-form, in the electronic form, on Amazon and on BobbyNash.com for only 99 cents. So anyway, let's see. I paid to get into conventions, says Carl Witzman, and then been asked to help on panel. Nope, I paid as an attendee, so I'm just attending. There we go. I mean, unless you have something to promote, I could see doing it. But yeah, when you pay to get in, you're there to enjoy yourself. So, end of discussion, right? And Finding a Rainbow, that is Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, and he'll make somebody see rainbows when they get hit with the side of a broadsword, like tonight on the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. And Chasing Leprechauns for Lucky Charms, that's John Pica. He's going to see how magically delicious they are, especially between 2 slices of bread. So anyway, we'll wait for Cindy to get some more comments. We're glad you're here, Cindy. As always, remember that's CKOEPP.com. Check out her page. Sign up for her free newsletter. And also check out her Patreon page, which you can also find at CKOEPP.com. And if you want to support us, go to risingtide.pub. We have links to our Patreon page there, where we will be publishing soon the final chapter of The Terrors, which will be out this summer. And once I get done with the short story I'm writing, we're going to start editing that again. And here we go. And Cindy says, the Dastardly Dingoes are finding the pot of gold. And there's probably a fresh nebulizer in there for young Mr. Rodman. Anyway, please check out Dastardly Dingoes, 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. And Nerd Culture is chasing snakes out of Ireland. They've got all kinds of great stuff. Please sign up for that Nerd Culture channel on YouTube there. All right, so here we are. And we'll do another block of commercials so that Cindy can get more stuff put up if you'd like. Or if you have some more to talk about, please put in your comments right now. We'll stretch a little longer because we're going to take full advantage of Cindy while she's on break here. And let's see, here we go. Tell you what, wait a second. And From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher is Wearing the Green because it matches his eyes. Check out Jody McPhee Saturday nights at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central. On the Rising Tide Broadcast Network because he's awesome, as in Nick, because he's on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. So check out all of our visual and audio podcasts. And tell you what, we're going to go here and we will start another round of spots. And we won't have to do them at the end. How does that sound, kids? Anyway, we want to bring to you stuff from our good friend, Randy Zimmerman.
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? It's special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, it was fantastic. And he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk. And then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know a real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one. See? Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, say, for me, Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable. You know, they would talk to Joe. And, the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him part. They're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie." He says, and he said, "They'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down." And,
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
And check out all those books. We've got some great authors there, and they need to be in your library, so make it so. And also, we're getting back to Cindy Kep's promotions here from the Small Press Publisher. Is Wearing the Green. We got that. And giving the people a pinch for luck. That's Amy Hale. And thank you, Sarah, for voting. I do appreciate it, hon, very much so. And hanging the horseshoe over the door. That's Michaela Jade. Watch it bop somebody. And yay, Sarah. And thank you, Sarah. I do appreciate that. And Burlington, Iowa Comic and Toy Show, Westland Mall, March 19th. We'll have lots of cool, geeky stuff. And if you're feeling lucky, you can get dice and card or card pouches on a discount at quadcity.com. Check out their great array of shows coming to an area near you soon, hopefully. And the Historical Fencing Guild has 4 4-leaf clovers. That's pretty lucky right there. So check them out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. And the comic-related madness, because everyone is a little Irish on St. Patrick's Day. And then Luke Stone Studios, he's definitely got the luck of the Irish. Him and Randy Zimmerman both. Yay, they're still with us. And it kind of breaks my heart that Kirby's family didn't want any of that magnificence. At least we can, says Sarah. Sarah, yeah, that's true. And thank you, Donna Carly. I appreciate your vote. I really do. And woot, says Sarah. And yay, Donna. And can I get a 5 voted sticker? I need to make those for you guys. I really do. And sure, I bet it would look awesome too. Yeah, we should design one. That we'll have to work on that, Skunk. It's a good idea. Next time I'm up for an award. And yay, Skunk. Yes, and Skunk, you get my love if nothing else. Well, you already have that. So anyway. So how we doing on this, Cindy? We should be about done on that, because otherwise we'll call it early and let you guys have the rest of your day. I thought so. And that's the rest of Cindy's break, long before she ran out of links. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. And bring Cookie home. Sign up for the Rising Tide newsletter right here at risingtide.pub. And also the artwork of Bill Sargent for cool vintage cartoonists craving some terrors. Then go over to patreon.com and search for Brian K. Morris. Then consider Troubles for the Birds at patreon.com, CKOEPB.com, and catch up with you all later. Cindy, mwah! Have a great weekend, and thank you for everything you do, sweetheart. I appreciate you so very much, and I appreciate all of you. So I'm telling you what, let's call it on this one, why don't we? And we'll let you have the rest of your day back. And thank you so much, everyone who voted for me. I do appreciate that so very much. I'm happy. I'm flabbergasted to even be nominated. I am stunned that it happened, but now that I'm there, I'm going to make the most of it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the conversation this morning. We had some good digressions this morning, all very useful. And let's try and do it again Monday. What do you say, people? All right. And so anyway, Skunk Rocker says, I do want to say before the show ends, fun stuff landed in my DMs just now. Well, cool. And lots of Irish love to everyone from the Skunk Rocker. Everyone have a great weekend. You too, Skunk. My man, you have a great one. Good to see you. And I hope the rest of your day and your weekend go extraordinarily well. We hope your weekend goes well too. We're expecting some rain, and I think it may have started outside. So we're going to check Calgon, make sure it's watertight, and we're going to check the Ark. Anyway, hope you all have a great weekend, and we're going to run a couple more spots after this is over. And Sarah sends her black-hearted love to us all. Love you, Sarah. Sarah, we'll be talking later today, probably. And wish everyone, again, happy birthday to Sarah. Sarah, happy 22nd birthday to you, sweetheart. And we hope you celebrate like it's your birthday, too. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we also appreciate our sponsors, Rising Tide Publications and Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And, of course, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you envision your next publishing project, would you love to have that quality of artwork on the cover, or in your social media graphics, or even a book trailer that utilizes that stuff? Well, contact Plasmafire Graphics at plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out their samples, printed samples. These things have seen other books. So it's not just somebody that says they want to make books. This is somebody that is making books, and it's all good stuff. He works very quickly, very affordable, very indie-friendly creator prices, and he's great to work with. Trust me, he really is. So check out plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out their Facebook page. Give it a like. And remember that Plasmafire Graphics is who you should choose when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Also, we want to thank everyone who has liked our page on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check it out. You'll find our latest schedule there, and please give it a like for all sorts of upcoming news. Also, if you want the most current news on me, you need to go to Patreon, where I have a twice-a-week blog called Every Blog Should Have a Name. And we also do occasional extra stuff on there, and you can also there's also downloads and all kinds of cool things. Hopefully we make it worth your while. A lot of people on this list seem to think so. And if you would like to see your name on this list too, as a supporter of the Rising Tide, then please go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. We have a couple more comments here that we will get to. And Irish Love, that's skunky love. It's green because it's healthy. Anyway, even the unhealthy stuff can be fun. Anyways, Sarah, back to the Book of Ignorance. Back. Love you to the abyss and back always. Love you too, sweetheart. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Treat yourself to some lower blood pressure. Take a day off from that book, damn it. Anyway, folks, hope you have a great day. Hope your blood pressure stays low. And check out some of the shows on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network this weekend, including some from Joe Dog McKeel, Joe D. McPhee, Joe Dog McKeel, Nick Tockert, and Heather Ellen. So, and we'll be back Monday morning for more Falderall and your comments and stuff. And we hope you have a good weekend. We really do. We will be trying to do that here as I try to get the next thing in line. There we go. Anyway, folks, and one more comment here. Let's see. And later's everyone. Donna, thank you for being here. Mwah. And thank you, Carl. Thank you, Skunk. Everyone for showing up and bringing in that great conversation. And we're going to take our leave now. And so, as always, folks, have a super weekend. Hope you can make it good for someone else. Enjoy yourselves. Make someone else's weekend a great one. And as always, stay smart. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Never apologize for being awesome. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you Monday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide and Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.